Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Join Dota's League. Today we will be watching Invasion vs Kingdom, and they will be playing off for the second match in this captain's mode. I am Cyber and I'll be your commentator. I represent Party Up. Thank you for joining us in this five-a-side game, winner takes all. This, I believe, is the best of 3 series, and the second game. I caught the first game before between Kingdom and Invasion, and I'm sure that the result is public knowledge at the moment, so I thought I would have a go at casting this one. So, let's talk a little bit about Kingdom. Kingdom have Yumimu, Kangpaku, Stand-in Rin, Stand-in CTI, Zed's Dead, and a name that I can't pronounce. Invasion all prefixed, followed by EZG88, ADR, ZZ, Snow Pika Pika, and no name. And let's take a look quickly at some of the strategies that appear to be going on for both of the teams. Bans from Kingdom there. We have the Visage and Outworld Devourer, obviously trying to negate, some of the ranged attacks that are coming from these two mid potential players. And the bottom there, they've negated Invoker and Slark. So it's interesting. We're likely to see what sort of mid picks we actually get going in this one. I'm not really familiar with either Kingdom or Invasion at this point, and I'm not sure if those picks or those bans are really going to affect their mid picks. So at the moment we've got a Mirana, and it's likely that Mirana will be played as a solo off lane, possibly in a semi-carry role, but we shall wait and see, as she is fairly versatile. So once again, thank you for joining us, and I'll take this opportunity just to draw your attention to some of the other videos that we have on our Party Up YouTube page as well. Check out some of the pubcasts, myself, Cyber, and joining me for those is my comrade and partner in crime, Crom, who this evening is not available for this one, so I'll be taking this one alone. And we have a number of Let's Play videos along with casting of Dota, so please check it out. If you do like, then subscribe and share and like. So getting back to the action now, that I've had a shameless plug at our YouTube channel. We have a AA likely to play support, and possibly a Batrider Ember Spirit face-off in the middle. Another potential mid ban there as Nyx Assassin from Kingdom, with Invasion taking out Veno and Lifestealer. So there's a support and a hard carry out of the way. Very common to see Lifestealer being banned in these matches. A lot of these high tier matches, we know that Invoker bans are very common, and Lifestealer is as well. And from my knowledge, some of the sort of more recent picks in most of the pro games have included Nyx as one of the highest picked, and I think one of the highest win rates as well. So clearly Kingdom there going for a Nyx ban, just trying to even things up a little bit. I'm not sure what sort of ban they're going to go for here. The bans that they've picked so far are quite common there. OD and Visage, I suppose. Nyx a little bit different. And now Chen. Okay, so I'm not sure what it is that they're trying to accomplish at this point, but possibly by picking Chen they're trying to negate some of the neutral jungling, and maybe it's because they want to do some themselves. Let's see. I'm fairly certain that Kingdom had a Nature's Prophet in the previous game, so there's a possibility that he wants exclusive control of the neutral jungles, and therefore Chen will not be something they'd like to contest with, basically. Let's see. Oh, so Rubik there picking out second support, most likely, and got 30 seconds to see what they come up with against this particular team. So let's take a look at what they have picked thus far. We've got 2 intelligence and agility versus now an alchemist being picked up, so it looks like they've got a fair bit of carry sort of sorted on Invasion's team. And we do know that either Alchemist or Mirana could play the offlane. It depends on what their particular preference is, and I think it'll end up depending on what the kingdom's tri-lane setup will be. And so at this point, it's looking like AA and Rubik may be part of that tri-lane. And so having someone like Mirana, I think, would be great against them. Obviously, just because of her ability to leap, her ability to attack from a range, as opposed to Alchemist, and therefore be a little bit more counter farm against a potentially very aggressive tri-lane. So AA and Rubik, obviously, they've got a lot of disable power between them, and so Alchemist, while with durability and of course a stun of his own, may be able to sort of hold up for a little while. He's not really going to be able to contest the farm quite the way that I think Mirana would do in an off-lane situation. But again, I'm not that familiar with Kingdom Invasion. Let's see, it's anyone's guess at this point. So let's just wait and see. We've got 10 seconds for the next pick. And there's the Clockwork. Okay, so Clock, very common off-lane pick. And for all the regular viewers here, I'm sure that's no surprise. But for all of our less experienced viewers, Clockwork is a very good durable hero to play as a solo offlane. I highly recommend that beginners try and pick up a couple of games with Clockwork, or at least check out how Clockwork gets played as a solo offlane, because he's quite powerful with the cogs. Obviously can be used defensively, and the build is quite standard for him. He's quite durable even in early game, and can contest quite a bit of farm. So Kingdom there banning SS, just trying to negate some of the escapability here at this point in time, and I think that's likely due to the fact that Clock and AA, Rubik, Amber, that sort of thing, it does require a little bit of pin down. Some sort of escape hero obviously would be able to avoid some of the damage, potentially from Ember's quick movement speed, and obviously from Clock when he cogs and things like that. So that's a pretty good ban right there. And now let's take a quick look again at Invasion's build. I really like the way that Invasion have pulled together this team. It's very different, and like I said, there are options that they have. Shadow Demon, obviously, pretty good support, bit of stun. So, alright, Lycan, gonna be playing the hard carry here for Kingdom. It's a pretty good pick. And Tinker as well. Alright, that was a very quick counter pick. So, let's check it out real quick. The name I can't pronounce, playing on Clockwork. Yomu Kongpaku playing as the Ember Spirit, and the rest are yet to pick. Stand-in Rin there's Lycan, stand-in CTI is the Rubik, and that leaves the rest of Invasion to full out. There's No Name as Bat Rider, 1301 as Alchemist, Pika Pika, Shadow Demon, Zzz as Tinker, Snow V as Mirana, and last but certainly not least is gonna be... I actually don't know their names. My apologies. Zed's Dead as the Ancient Apparition. And I might add, I really like Zed's Dead. They're a pretty decent group. So let's check it out, see what's going to happen. So for Kingdom playing on the Dire side, Ember's going to be taking the mid, I'm sure of it. Looks like he's lined up and set and ready to go. As I said before, Clock, very common to play that solo off-lane role. There he goes, heading down the bottom by himself. And there's the tri-lane, likely to be the Rubik, the Lycan, and the AA. But we shall see. So on the other side at the moment, Mirana and Alk and Shadow sitting all up one side. And the Bat, it looks like has decided to take the off-lane rather than the mid. And Tinker's going to play the solo mid perhaps. So... looks like they're all just quickly scouting around. Nice ward placement here by Invasion. Just quickly going in as a tri-lane just to make sure that they've got a little bit of vision in the enemy's jungle there, just to probably avoid, so for people watching at home that aren't sort of aware of great ward placement and things like this, ganks will come, for those of you who are new, from behind here sometimes when the wave gets pushed up, and so it's pretty common to have wards placed in this sort of area to gain great gank perspective. Otherwise, we've got a great ward here covering the rooms. invisibly picked up there really quickly by the Batrider, who's going to head back into lane, and it looks like we're off. So first creep wave coming down. I'm sure you're all very excited to watch Invasion in Kingdom. I know I am. I caught the end of the last game, and let me tell you, it was a spectacle and a sight to behold. So here we go. Here in the mid, we're going to see Tinker playing against the Ember Spirit, and I've got my doubts on how Ember's going to be able to contend with Tinker early game, but we shall see. And we're going to have to wait and see how they sort of play. In the meantime, we're going to have tri-lane versus tri-lane at the top and Bat versus Clock at the bottom. I'm expecting some early rotations, early ganks, and particularly this 3 versus 3, we're likely to see First Bloods come out from lanes like this simply because of the number of heroes all amassed into one place. Most heroes generally don't have the tankiness to survive some sort of stun and group combo early on, so this is where it's at. Invasion look like they're pressing the push. Lycan being pretty patient there, getting seized up there by Shadow. Arrow comes off from Mana, misses, and in the meantime they're probably just going to have to back off a little bit here just as the creep wave starts to get pushed in, and Mirana just sort of hanging around, soaking up some of the XP while Alk and Shadow just rotate around the side. So Alk's build, it looks like a support kind of build at this point in time. There, a ward being popped off there to block that neutral camp, and it looks like Alk's got a fairly sort of supportish build. I'd say the same for Shadow. Mirana's gonna carry. It looks like Mirana's gonna carry here. In the meantime, a bit of trade-off happening here in the mid, and Clock and Bat doing their thing. So this lane, like I said before, Clock effective at playing the off lane, not necessarily for the last hits, especially at early game. So Bat here, obviously going to have a lot of mobility and a lot of range advantage at this point in time to play against Clock. Able to spam off these sticky napalms there and make sure that he's picking up a lot of the last hits. So it's just something that Clock's going to have to be patient and not overstep, I think. And look at this, we've got a quick 2-man rotation through to the mid there. I think AA is just going to come through a little bit and just help Ember pick up a little bit here. Just to deny Tinker a little bit, and the trade-off, I suppose, of course, is soaking up a little bit of that XP, but not to worry too much. Tinker just firing off a shot there, making an attempt at a deny, and here we go, we've got a quick go on Lycan. Doesn't appear that there's much more that they can do than that. Ruby comes in. Great deny. I think that was a great deny. Alk's probably going to end up stunning himself here. So that was probably an effective play just while Lycan retreated back a little bit, popped off a tango. Rubik managed to do a little levitation, just hold them off just for a second. So not doing too bad there in a 2 versus 3 situation. Hugging the tower there, playing nice and defensive. Lycan in trouble again, getting locked up. The arrow coming just perfectly from Mirana. He's pretty close. The illusions are up. It's not going to be enough. And there's the first blood. I think that's a great play. It's not over yet. Oh, and he goes down as well. Shadow quickly snatched up from Rubik, and we might actually see AA go down here as well. Not too sure. Lycan's Wolves still doing their thing, taking a big chunk out of Mirana there. And he's quickly back in the mix with a TP back. It was a very quick trade-off there, 1-to-1. But I must say that Rubik picking up a kill and Shadow picking up the kill. And it looks like in both circumstances thus far, you know, it's been a Mirana carry fall to an AA support fall. So I think the best of that situation. And it looks like I've actually just missed a quick gank there from Ember, taking out Tinker. And yeah, again, like I said, AA is just a support falling. So with Mirana and Tinker getting taken out, that's basically 2 mid/carries being taken out there quickly from Kingdom against Invasion. So that's a pretty good start, I must say. And it looks like, yep, still playing 3 versus 3 here at the top, and it's all sort of happening. Again, here at the bottom, Bat just being patient, making sure that he can get in there, make sure that his CS is staying strong, still being controlled by Bat and Tinker at this point, as you might expect. Ember not that far behind, and that's another one to Rubik. So I'm really hesitant to leave this lane alone to try and check out the other lanes, and I've sort of missed the action, I'm afraid. Just there's so much going to be happening here at the top. It's going to be chaotic, and I think until we start to break the laning phase, it's going to be a bit of a mess here at the top. So we know what's happening with the CS, things like that. I'm not sure what sort of builds are going to happen. Oh god, there we go. Very close one from Clockwork. It was a decent go on there, and that's like I said, Clock being patient, making sure that he can just get in the last second, scraping the barrel there in terms of HP, but he made it out. He made it out, and there's a quick ping being shot off from Clock, coming up from the top. Shadow's gonna lock him up. Alk's coming in with a stun. They're gonna execute. There we go again. This time Shadows has taken Lycan, so Lycan not off to a good start with 2 deaths, 2 assists, and Rubik taking 2 as well. So Kingdom just keeping the upper edge here at the minute. We're going to see Rubik rotate quickly around through the jungle to the mid. Maybe they're going to go on Tinker here. We're going to have to wait and see. He's gone back to grab some runes. He's going to pop them off, and just replacing what's been there before. Again, here we go. They're pushing right up to the tower there, not afraid to move right in to try. So let's see what's happened here. There's an observer ward coming from the back. Ember and Tinker going on, assisted by Rubik. Levitation all the way back in. They've drawn him way too far. And there we go. Rubik picking up the kill as well. On fire so far with 3. It's basically three attempts for 3 at the moment. Bit of rotation happening. Ember's starting to come up. It's going to be a 4 versus 3 situation if they get caught out. Invasion need to be aware of this situation to back off just a little bit. Shadow's a little bit far forward. If he gets caught by the levitation, I think he might be in trouble. Alchemist spawns off the stun. Shadow strategically putting him off there, and there we go. He couldn't deny the inevitable there. Tinker trying to get some saving grace there versus Lycan, but it's not enough. So Shadow there, he tried. He desperately tried to keep himself out of harm's way, just denying the inevitable. Bats moving around the outside here. He wants Lycan. He's going to try and use it. Here we go. There's the tether. He's got it. Tinker's going to take it. Beautiful play there, but at what cost? We may actually see him go completely down. Tinker getting harassed by Clock very beautifully. Ember's going to fall to Mirana, I think. And Tinker is pushed back a little bit, leaving Clock to do his thing by himself. It could be Alk that falls instead. They're desperately trying to save him. Lycan takes off Tinker, and the Ember takes out him as well. That's a 2-0 there. Not good. Not good for Invasion, I'm afraid. That was a quick and furious battle there, and they've lost 2 of the situation there. So I'd have to say that definitely went the favor of Kingdom, not just because of the fact that they picked out 2 there, but rather because Alchemist and Tinker, you know, now it's kind of like everyone's starting to fall from the Invasion team, you know. It's yeah, it's the exception of Mirana here, obviously, who's got a fair bit of escape ability that hasn't sort of succumbed to this aggressive play. So in the meantime here, we can actually see that Ember's rotated completely around the back of Tinker. Tinker's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's just getting completely harassed, not even attempting to fight back. He's just calmly blocked there by Shadow there. Tinker didn't actually look like he panicked too much there. And a salve being granted to him by Shadow. Nice support being played in the meantime. We're going to see Alk and Mirana deny the tower just as Lycan's forced to back off. Now, there's something that I should point out here. You can't leave Lycan alone to free farm and to push lanes. He is so effective. He has so much speed, he has so much ability to crush towers by himself. He can bring up wolves, he can pop his ulti, he can do something. If you leave him unchecked, he's gonna just cripple towers. So I might add that before Clock and Bat were in this lane, and that's what's been happening. But really, you get a Lycan out of action, you're gonna want to question that, and you need to sort of find out where he's getting his free farm. So I think it's something that Invasion should have been aware of a little bit quicker than that. And now in the meantime, Clock's pushing the top free farm again. Lycan's going to move in as well. So I think Invasion just getting a little bit outplayed here at the moment in terms of the laning phase. Good control coming from Kingdom. There's two supports who are happily sitting sort of in the mid and doing their thing. And finally, Alchemist is going to respond to the free farm here at the top. In the meantime, they're sort of maybe going to take out a quarter of this, and Alx, he's still going to have to sort of back off a little bit. Lycan happy to sit and tank just a little bit, despite the fact that that Alchemist has dropped on the acid there. We might see someone else rotate through. It still hasn't happened yet. Alk strategically throwing off the stun there, and a mech being popped by Clockwork has saved them. And it's an easy push situation for them there. You know, and to what sort of expense? We're seeing a two-man push at the top, we're seeing a two-man push in the middle, and AA is just quietly defending here. So Kingdom splitting up very nicely, very effective split pushing at the moment. They know that they've got the control. They know that they've got 5 kills in the bag at the moment, above Invasion. And they're quite content to just patiently grind away here and push the lanes, soak up a little bit. And they're only going to look for the kills when they need them. I think at this point it's their game to lose, obviously. It is still early days, but you know, the way I like to see it, when you're off to a flying start, you do start to strategize a little bit more about what you're going to do in the late game. You know, do I need to gank right now? And the answer is no. Lycan has effectively pushed that bottom tower down. Lycan and Clock are quite happy to do the same to the top. They don't really need to gank right now. They're quite happy to keep the lane control. And it looks like Ember's just going to quickly check out the mid. He's caught a little bit out of place here. There's a quick TP coming in here. Ember's backing off a little bit. AA ulti popped just a little bit too late. Morana's missed her arrow as well. Popped the ulti. They're going to go in on here. We're going to go in. Let's see what happens. Tether coming off from bat, and Rubik's gonna fall. So one of them had to fall there, and it was unfortunately Rubik this time. So setting him back a little bit after the hot start from Rubik, he's gonna fall down a little bit. Arrow being thrown off, checking the Roche pit there, and it looks like Ember's gonna pop back into the mid, and another answer there. Batrider picking off Ancient Apparition there. So I think that was a quick succession there for Invasion. Like I said before, Kingdom happy to be on the lane control. This time they're going to go and tinker. Ember doing what he does best, but Shadow has locked himself up. Tinker's going to come in and get owned as well, and there we go. Clock's down too. So there's a two for one deal there. Kingdom, I think, just trying to keep the edge and kills at the moment. And Ember's not out of the woods yet. Alx popped the stun. There we go. We're going to see Morana come and finish it off with a beautiful arrow. And it looks like Rubik's picked up the Morana arrow, but that's going to be a miss, unfortunately. So that's another kill. So at this point in time, Invasion have picked up 3 kills very quickly in the last couple of minutes. So we can see there's been a fluctuation in terms of the gold earned just right now, and experience as well, with those kills starting to go the way. So again, Lycan a little bit unchallenged at the top here until Tinker TP'd into the top, and you can see just how quick he is able to start pushing the towers. You know, you really can't leave him alone for too long. He's already crippled this tower, and he's quite happy to do the same in any of the lanes. So Rubik using Miranda's thing against her, and she might not be able to leap away. The levitation coming just in time, and Ember picking up the scraps there. Great play there from Rubik. And in the meantime, Lycan gets taken out by Tinker. Little bit overshot there. Is trying to do a little bit of defensive play, and the Wolves are just happy to do a little bit of scouting now while they're invisible. Just check it out. And we're seeing a 3-man rotation here in the mid. It looks like it might be a 3 versus 3 situation. 2 men down at the moment, 1 from either side. And let's see what happens. They're just keeping an eye on the rune here, maybe using it as a bit of bait. Nope, Ember's going to bottle it and walk back. So, what is their next play? So far, you know, Roshan's area has been relatively unguarded. No ping coming off here from Tinker, and AA is going to reply with an ulti that doesn't seem to strike, doesn't find the mark. And again, this is what I was saying before. Effective split pushing here from Kingdom. We've got Lycan and Clock doing their thing on opposite ends and they're quite happy. But this time, Lycan, you may be in a little bit of trouble, brother. We've got Bat on top here, and we've got Tinker at the bottom. So I think they're aware of the situation. AA's here, and it looks like they're going to go on Tinker. He's retreating back into the woods. Will he be able to TP out in time? Lycan goes the wrong way, and he's out of there. Lucky for you, brother. Lucky for you. So, Shadow locking him up. Ember going for a quick set of strikes there, hoping to pick him off. This time he gets answered, though, with Tinker and Alk. We need to see that stun. Alk. Clock coming in defensively, popping off the cogs. Alk's really in trouble here. Rubik may fall in the meantime. Alchemist falls first. Ember's going to do his best, but he gets taken out by Mirana, and they're going to back off just a little bit, try and save a little bit of grace. So, I think Invasion came out on top again. Ember being very aggressive at the moment. Very, very aggressive. He's got the most number of kills, but, you know, what is the cost? What is the cost right now? I'm not too sure at the moment what the strategy may be. A lot of faith is being placed in Ember. Rubik, you know, not off to he was off to a great start, but hasn't sort of been able to make it happen at the moment since the Mirana kill, which I might add was pretty spectacular to watch. And Tinker's still doing his thing here at the bottom, picking up a bit of neutral farm. Looks like he's pulling them all out as Tinker does, and he's going to TP out. Back to base for him. So, this time we're seeing Invasion do the opposite. Invasion quite happy to let Mirana solo farm, and they're gonna go in on Roche, Bat, and Ember. They're gonna spot it. The Bat spotted. This is what Bat likes to do. He's blinked out in time. They know now. They know. Roshan's nowhere near falling, and Invasion's not gonna let this one go uncontested. Ember's gonna try and shut him down in the mid, just slow him down. Tinker may be in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna try and back off of this one. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. Ember's real quick. Oh, that's the second time that Tinker has effectively done it. And instead, Ember finds himself in a world of trouble, getting surrounded by a 3-man power play. That's the second time that Tinker's effectively done it. They still haven't gone in on Roche. Mirana checking with the arrow. Clock coming in perfectly timed there with the cogs. And Ancient Apparition managing to take him out at this time. So we're going to see Tinker harass a little bit here, trying to pull him away from the Roche pit, and they have. They're all going to retreat back. Lycan wants him. He wants Alchemist. He's already picked up Shadow and he wants some more, but they're going to back it up. Probably going to hit back straight into Roche. They know that they've got the 4 versus 3 man advantage at the moment. All in the house. Full man in the Roche pit. They're going to make it happen real quick. We're probably going to see either Lycan or Clock pick it up. Clock's just pinging quickly off, just making sure that they're aware that no one's rushing in. Ember's going to stay out of a foray, and it's Lycan that picks it up. So there we go. Ember gets hit by the Mirana arrow. I don't know if they can execute. They can't execute it. It was great initiation there from Mirana. The arrow connected. Bat managed to blink in. He managed to drop it down. You can see this crater of lava going through the Seda camp, and it's all stacked up and whatnot from the flame break. But it wasn't enough to finish off Ember. And this is what I don't like to see. The attempt that misses. You know, you do have to be smart sometimes, call it off. But I think Mirana and they should have just gone in quickly on Ember there. I think they could have capitalized on Ember's aggressiveness and made sure he falls. So a little bit of counter warding happening here in the middle, and the creeps are gonna take care of what's remaining there in the middle in terms of ward. So again, like I said, you're leaving Lycan to farm by himself at the bottom. He's gonna soak up XP. He's gonna soak up gold. He's working towards a lot of stuff at the moment. He's already got Aegis, he's already got Vlads, he's already got Boots and Medallion. He's going to be able to go for whatever the hell he wants if you keep leaving him unchecked. So Tinker just forcing a little bit of harass, going to slow him down. I don't think he's aware of the fact that Clock's in lane 2. In the meantime, 3-man, they're going for a gank, all smoked up, they're on him, Catch you later, buddy. Effective gank there from Invasion, singling out the Rubik. AA, Ember completely powerless as they look on their comrade falling.
middle tower is under attack.
So, you know, at the moment here, we, you know, Staff of Wizardry, Belt of Strength, Lycan's... I don't know, what's he gonna build? What's he gonna build? I don't know, people. I should maybe open up a little bit of a shop about what people should build. What do you think he should build? Well, I don't know. It looks like he's trying to push the lane. It may not be too far-fetched if he wants a Necron, but we'll see. It looks like he's got a bit of money to play with, and that's been his build so far. So I think he's quite happy. Very close to Mirana there. He's not concerned. Clock's pretty close by. We're going to have a quick TP in here from Tinker, and he's going to lend a little bit of assistance to the lane. That's what they really need at the moment. They need to drive Lycan and Clock off the lane. AA playing a little bit defensively here. He knows that Bat and Shadow are somewhere around. He's completely aware because in the mid, well, there's no one there. He's right to suspect. And I think at the moment he's venturing a little bit too far. He may be in a lot of trouble. They're going on him very quickly there. Same thing as always. It's the same story, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all she wrote. Effective ganking here happening from Invasion at the moment. That's 2 quick unanswered ganks happening. And Kingdom just, like I said before, it's their game to lose. And right now, sad to say, they are losing a little bit. Now, Clock very close in there next to Tinker and Mirana. He may not be aware of the fact that there's quite so many of them. In the meantime, there's a little bit of a regroup here. It's going to be an all-man in the mid fight. Here we go. They're missing AA. That global is not here. Ember going in very aggressively as always, using the bolus, locking him up. Trying to slow him down a little bit. There isn't a bit of a group here. They've got a 3-man play versus 2 here. They're all going to start. They're going to need to come in. Again, Ember getting hit by Mirana's. And we're going to see the stun starting to come off from A. He's not going to be able to execute. He's in a vulnerable position. Stunned himself. Oh, they're not going to be able to do it. A well-timed levitation there from Rubik may have ended it all for Alchemist, but wasn't to be. Tinker providing a little bit of harass, making sure that it's all happening. And again, Lycan starting his dirty business of pushing. And Clock as well, sitting at the bottom. Happy to soak up a little bit of XP. They're just hanging around the mid, waiting for Invasion to make the move. I think Invasion have been making all the moves. They've been setting up the ganks, they've been setting up the pushes, they've been setting up the plays at the moment. So, Kingdom playing a little bit defensively at the moment. It's not resting. Mirana getting stuck a little bit. I love the fact that Mirana can leap away into nothingness, but it's not going to help you if you're invisible and you're still getting hit by Clock. You need to get out of there, Mirana. Ah, just couldn't do it. That ancient apparition ulti is brutal. 3-man push here in the middle. 2-man defending at the bottom against Tinker. They're going to back off. They're all coming into the mid. They're trying to defend this. Ember's in first. Quickly gets the stun off there and Clock and shuts down what could have been a kill. Excuse me. So let's take a look at some other stats at the moment. I really want to focus on the fact that Alchemist he's lagging a little bit in terms of gold, but I think he's been playing a rather effective support. He's been getting the stuns where he needs to. He's got a mech and medallion, so that's a pretty good support build for Alk. And the great thing we know about Alk, before he dies, just then, I opened my mouth too soon. I'm sorry, Alk. I think I cursed you. But I think what it comes down to for Alk is he scales so well. I love his durability later game, that attack speed as well. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing support Alk, he's a force to be reckoned with late game. So still a 4-man push in the mid. Tinker and Bat coming in here quickly with the blink. Lasso, Mirana throwing in an arrow, pulling him right close to the tower, making sure that it happens. They're defensive. He's got Lycan on the other side of the tower. I can't stop watching the action here in the middle. Lycan's going to come right back in for the fight. In the meantime, Ember's going to pick out Bat Rider. Shadow, you're in real trouble, brother. You can't stand up against Lycan's FPS. Oh, but in the meantime, Tinker and Alk coming in, making sure that he's defended. Ember still wants Mirana. He still wants it. He's going to try and make sure it happens. There's a quick TP coming in. They're going to play defensively. Oh, Shadow locks him up. Miranda may throw an arrow. Nope, not happening. They're going to have to back off. Everybody's got to back off. I think we had enough there. So, Kingdom lost two. Still not happening for them at the moment. AA just getting just massacred by the fact that Tinker's got so much DPS at the moment. Couldn't execute on the kill. He knows that Ember's in the house. It was either kill or be killed there, and he chose to survive. So, again, the swing. You look at this swing, you know, difference in XP. Invasion clearly holding the lead for the last, you know, a good part of, you know, 10-15 minutes at the moment, and with gold as well. So, there it is, folks. Prediction was right. Lycan picking up the neck at level 2 now, and he's going to be able to push. And it looks like possibly uncontested. So Kingdom, that's all they really have going for them at the moment. They've got a bit of control in terms of towers. They've got them pushed all the way back to the second tier at the moment. 4-man smoke up, going for a gank. They know that AA's in lane. They know that they can execute for a quick kill here. Bat Rider's already popped it off there with the blink, drawing him back in towards the crowd. Everyone's just going to go on him, and it's Miranda that ends up with the kill. That defensive AA play has not been working out for them. I think they need to readjust their strategy a little bit and put a little bit more durability. I would rotate AA out and put Clock by himself. Why not let Clock get the farm? He's a bit more durable. He can use cogs defensively and that sort of thing. I know that they probably don't want to sacrifice someone like Ember, Clock, or Lycan at the moment just because they're carrying. But look, how many kills are they going to give away here at the top? That's not the first gank that we've seen in this game. Invasion have been very successful here at the top, very dangerous. And I think it's about time that Kingdom gets a little bit wise and realizes that that's not an effective play. So, Alchemist picking up the gem. They're going to want to know where everyone is to make sure that these ganks happen. And obviously, Alk's the right guy to do it. He's got the durability to hold the gem. And he's been playing pretty good in the last sort of 15 minutes or so. You know, sitting at the bottom with kills and obviously dying a couple of times, but you know, he's playing support, so what? Alchemist plays pretty good in late game, and stacking the camp there with the acid, doing his thing, just going to make sure that he capitalizes on free farm. Not sure if he's going to take the farm or he's just bringing them low for someone like Miranda to come in clean or bat. No, it looks like he's genuinely going for it. So, this is some good support play. Again, they're checking out Roche real quick, Lycan hungry to make sure that it happens. It's respawn now. They know they're going in for it. We're probably going to see Nex come out here. They're going to go for it real quick. He's popped the neck. He's popped the wolves. They're going to go on it real quick. I don't think Invasion's going to stand a chance at getting into this one before it's too late. And they don't have eyes. They don't have eyes on this one right now. It's all a mystery, and they know that there it is. Second time, Lycan picks up Aegis. So it's effective play. We might see a quick smoke up here and a quick push. Not too sure what's going to happen. He's going to decide to stack on that camp. We've got a double mech play. No, sorry, my apologies. An arcane and a mech play from Clock and Rubik. And AA's he's got the dust of appearance. He's got Ags. I love seeing Ags on the AA, obviously because of the duration of this Icy Blast. Look at the frostbite duration, 9. It's kind of like being doomed for a long period of time. You know, you can't even heal yourself. You can't even TP back to base. You're not safe. So unfortunately here for Invasion, I think they're looking for an effective smoke / Mirana ult in this situation to try and rotate through and catch someone off guard. But the ult's going to fade, and it didn't happen. It definitely wasn't to disguise their presence moving into the mid lane. And the team dispersing here at the bottom, getting a little bit wise. There's some quick TPs here. Alk's in the house, doing a little bit of defending, making sure that he stops Lycan from doing his thing. There's still 5 men here. It's going to be a 5 versus 3 situation if Miranda and Tinker don't get in there quick. I don't think they're going to ease up on this particular push. I think they want the tower. Clock quickly pinging off, just making sure that they can see what they can see. AA popping off an ulti. It is going to hit Tinker successfully. It looks like it actually got Alchemist there as well. Clock coming in quickly with the cogs. They're going to try and save him. Clock manages to back out a little bit. Alk's going to fall in the meantime. Lycan manages to pick up Demon in the meantime. Quick coming off from Ember, picking off Tinker, finishing the job. Batrider's going to fall too. Rana, maybe you might be in a bit of trouble if you don't back off. No, but instead, it's the Dagon coming out there to take out Lycan, just stopping him prematurely because he has got the ages. Quick 3-man kill there from Kingdom, shutting them down. Rana's still looking a little bit defenseless here to try and stop this push, and there's a quick tower destruction before a quick TP back. So it's all happening at the moment. Ember, Rubik, all coming back, making sure that if they can make it happen, everyone's going to TP quickly and just sort themselves out. Ember still going for that farm ability there with Battle Fury, and Tinker's going to come in and try and salvage the scraps from the fallen bottom tower. So Kingdom there managing to do a little bit. Tinker just narrowly by the bare of his teeth getting out there as he did. He's got a lot of escapability, this Tinker. Obviously Blink and Boots, he's able to get in and out. That Dagon level 2 going to add a little bit of burst damage there, obviously with the laser as well. It's like getting hit by fire and ice here. And AA's going to pick up the gem, so there's the response. So Clock picking out Tinker, and you know, it's still going to be Bat versus Clock. He's so durable though. I love watching Clock play. This is why he's so effective. You know, you can't always shut him down like that. But look, he had a 2-person fight, and Bat actually may fall here because of this. He's frostbitten. Catch you later, Bat. I think you're out of here. So in the meantime, they're gonna go for Rubik too. 3 men are gonna fall for Kingdom. There we go. Shadow Demon this time picking it up, and it looks like Bat actually survived that there. I thought that was quite unexpected. I thought the Aghanim's upgraded ulti there from AA would have taken him out, but didn't seem to be the case. So not too bad. Invasion answering there, 3-man down to take out 3-man for Kingdom. Quick response. Hardly a minute or two went by, and I think Ultimate Orb, Desolator. No, not Desolator. I don't know what Miranda wants here at this point. I want to say Scatty, but it's a high price to pay. We'll have to wait and see. Ah, Lincoln's cool. Bit of passive spell block there for Miranda. Obviously trying to counter the likes of AA and Rubik at this point. It is unfortunately not going to help you stop the physical damage. So Lycan's still going to be a bit of a threat. And arrow being popped off there. Ember getting hit again. She's been very effective with that, but unfortunately many of these times it hasn't resulted in a kill. So forced to back off there a little bit, even though Shadow's just slightly behind. Like I said, he's a very aggressive player. Yormul, very aggressive player, and the second arrow just too early there. The Dagon doing some of the work there from Tinker. He might get away. No, Shadow's going to slow him down there, and there we go. Tinker making sure that it happens. So in the meantime, couldn't catch it all, folks. Alchemist this time falling to Clock. So 1-for-1 trade there, and Batrider's pretty close in the mix. I think he might try and go on Rubik, but he knows Clock's there, so he might not. He's a bit wise. Again, Lycan pushing solo on the top, doing his thing. Now got a Skull Basher. Necro, level 3. Gonna get shut down a little bit from Tinker, blinking off defensively. This Tinker is, I think he's been playing a great game. And, you know, he's died quite a lot, but I think he's picked up quite a few of the critical kills, and he has been playing rather defensively as well. It's not uncommon to see him in these situations to try and hold off a 3-man push. And that's the risk that he plays. He tries to TP out and it doesn't work. So, quite a few times this game we've seen him effectively escape the situation, but just as quickly the tables can be turned and he can let up on a kill. So that's the cost of what you do playing defensively. So They're still going to push here at the top lane. It might end up being a 3 versus 3 situation. And if Miranda doesn't watch out, she managed to back off. Catch you later.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see probably a pretty aggressive push here from Lycan at the top. His neck's up, and the wolves are coming down as well. They're going to do a quick D-ward, and they're going to try and push for the tower as well. Alchemist is not going to let this one fly alone, however. AA popping a defensive ult there, just to harass them, keep them off the tower while Lycan does it. So this is what I was talking about, folks. Look at how he chewed through that. I swear a second ago that was full. And Lycan, he's just able to just completely obliterate towers. If you leave him unchecked for 10 seconds, you can pretty much kiss that tower goodbye. And that's the strength of Lycan's push. You're not going to see Mirana do that anytime, folks. And the truth of the matter is, they're able to TP in like this, you know, and the best that Mirana can do is, in the situations, back off. She's not going to fight 3 versus 1, and she's not going to be able to finish this off. Clock end up denying it just in the nick of time. So unfortunately for Miranda, all that hard work went unanswered. So Invasion losing out on the gold buff there that Kingdom obviously got in that last couple of seconds. And now we can see that swing going the other way. So, you know, this game, it's had ups and downs, and it's largely been due to some effective ganking. Things like this. This is exactly why Batrider with a blink is dangerous. And now that it has no mana, you can pretty much kiss anyone he does goodbye. And it's not going to be without that. Look at that, Ember picking up a twofer. Tinker, see you later, brother. We may even see Alchemist fall. He's all going to fall. They fall like dominoes. Mirana can't do anything but back off there. Triple kill to Ember. So he's very aggressive, Ember, and it pays off this time. Triple kill, making sure that it happens. Now, you know, Invasion in a lot of trouble here. Obviously, they lack the Lycan in terms of the push, but they've still got a 4-man push here. They're not going to be afraid to go in on it. You know, Tinker's going to try and harass them off a little bit, but Mirana chucking in an arrow, just missing them. Missing Rubik shyly there. And Clock's just going to make sure that he stays inside the creep wave here. Probably not going to leave it alone. And look at that Maelstrom coming up on Mirana. I love seeing a Mirana play a Maelstrom. Maelstrom, you know, Mjolnir, or Desolator, so common. Roshan's back up. And it looks like that's going to be Lycan's first priority once he's back. So BKB coming from bat. Again, you know, so we've got a Lincoln's in play from Mirana, and BKB up as well for Batrider. You know, Shadow, he's doing the brown boots thing as a support. Look at that, minimalist, great support, I might add. And no one else really has that magic defense. Alchemist, all-round tough guy, but really it's Mirana and Shadow that are gonna. Mirana and Batrider that are going to be able to stop it. So, again, it's going to be an unanswered Roche. Third time this game. Mirana checking. Too late. And there's some cheese. Clock picks up the cheese. Cool. Mirana in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Lincoln's doing his thing. Fortunately, Ember's going to come in, however. She pops it, but it's not going to be enough. Rubik stole something. It's probably going to be the leap. Probably not what he wanted at that point, but it's okay. He got something rather than nothing. Ember picking up another one there. I think that's 5 unanswered kills for Ember in the last, I don't know, 10 minutes. So he's on a bit of a roll. Lycan's still doing his thing. He's going to be able to harass with the wolves. And this is what I'm talking about. So just check this out. It's just Lycan by himself with his wolves. They don't even have to creep wave now at this point, but look at how much damage Lycan does. As soon as he has a creep wave behind him, the man is able to just single-handedly desecrate towers. I can't emphasize enough how much Invasion need to be shutting down these Lycan pushes. You know, he hasn't been in all the ganks, he hasn't been in all the team fights, but he's been successfully pushing from the start. Okay, meantime, Alchemist gets the stun off on Clock, who's right in range of the tower. He's going to take a little bit of hit. He's going to be beaten. Probably going to see him fall here, I'm not sure. That Soul Catcher, he's safe for now. They're all going to back off. So, Lycan still got the Aegis. They're going to be able to do another push anytime soon. Sentry here, just going to pick him off. Make sure. And another point in case that I might make is Okay, so Invasion have bottom and they have top rune warded. They also have top lane warded. But look at how far in we've been able to see the placement of Kingdom. They pretty much effectively control all of this area of the map right now. There are no towers. They have strategic ward placement here. And they have a counter ward here just to make sure they know what's happening. They still have a tower standing in here, and they're able to just push through here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is their first permanent call all the way through, and if they just continuously keep pushing the bottom lane now until it's done. Mid, for some of the newer players out there that want to listen, get a little bit of know-how, why don't you push the mid first? Some people do, and some people don't. In this particular case, why wouldn't you push the mid? Well, you've got people who are very quick at getting in and out. You've got Mirana and you've got Batrider. If you are in the mid, then you're probably going to give them more of an opportunity to come from either side to defend the mid. So what do? You have someone like Lycan with Wolves and with Neck who can just push through on either top and bot and make sure that they slow down for as much as possible, just to delay the push. Just ever so slightly, and that's what they can do. They can just grind away here. So Mirana getting a successful stun off. I don't think Bat's going to blink in here. They're not going to go for it. AA just, again, with this defensive ult. He's been very successful. Clock, amazing hook coming out of nowhere, but he's locked in place. Ember coming in too. He's going to make sure that at least one of them fall. Clock coming in there, perfect timing, making sure that Ember could do his thing. He's getting dragged back in by Blatt, and that's why he's so dangerous. This time, Lycan managed to pick up the kill. They're not going to ease off. This is what I was talking about before, folks. Ember's just going to make sure that he harasses and stops them. Alchemist might get a couple in the stun. There's a blink off. It only hits AA. They don't shut down the Lycan from pushing. And there goes the bottom racks, guys. I think it's going to be GG here. 10 kills in the hand from Kingdom. And we're going to see the bottom one go down. Mirana, defensive arrow, going to catch Rubik. Not the intended target, likely to be Lycan. Ember just adding to the misery of Invasion at the moment. 3-man down. Lycan better be careful. He has got Aegis though, and he knows it. He's going to back off. The Wolves, however, are going to stay in the fight. He finally goes down, but he's got a second life, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming back. Crippling blows. They don't even have the creep wave, and there we go, one half of the racks down. This time Lycan's going to take the hit. SD is probably going to try and lock him up. Ember still doing his thing, not backing off there, giving them a little bit of time. Great arrow there from Mirana. Oh, that was delayed. That was very delayed. And Rubik, who stole Alchemist, ironically stunned himself and then got stunned by the exact same move. SD locking him up there at the right time. Ember's not going to be satisfied until he gets some of the kills. There we go. A little bit too far there for Alchemist. And Mirana falls too. So not looking good for Invasion. It's just been a complete blitzkrieg here, all happening at the bottom. Lycan forced to be reckoned with. As I said, they've gone bottom, top, back to the top. Batrider this time managing to lasso Lycan. He's getting the Dagon, he's getting the Tinkin Laser, he's getting everything. It takes the whole team, 3 men just to bring down Lycan. He's that mighty. And Ember managing to make it off. They're just delaying the inevitable at the moment. I don't think that they can make it back from this one. He's such a beast. He is such a beast. So, they're all content at the moment. AA he keeps firing off that. He just wants to frostbite everyone. Some people just want to watch the world burn. And AA just wants the world to freeze. So, you know, I think it's been a great game for Invasion. You know, to their discredit, they left a lot of early pushes and effective pushes to be unchecked. You know, that I think was their biggest mistake and the problem. So I think that's what it came down to. There were a lot of solid ganks from Invasion, a lot of solid ganks from Kingdom. There were a couple of team fights that seemed to go either way of each team at this point. But I think what it really boils down to is just the fact that look at the last hits here. So, you know, Lycan, he's just unchecked, and like I said, you can leave him unchecked, but what you risk is the towers going down, and that's exactly what happened. So 2 men gonna hide out in the towers here. Bat, he knows you're there, guys, come on. He knows you're there. Quick blink off there from Rubik. saves him a little bit of time and saves him from dying. Clock's gonna come in, try and harass them off a little bit. Look at the speed on this guy, man. He's quick. Didn't even have the phase boots on there. So he's got the shivers and the ags. They're all set to go. Gem up on Ember Spirit with the Battle Fury and the Daedalus. I think that's a great combo, especially when you're in the team fight. That dash strike, you know, it's important that you have things that can target multiple foes when you're someone like Ember Spirit. That's what his spells are geared against. And so again, Tinker providing a little bit of harass for the lane, just trying to slow down the inevitable. Like I said, this is the last place standing. You know, Invasion, they've got to defend on the bottom. They've got to defend on the mid, where the mega creeps are all coming from. And SD might be in a little bit of trouble if Clock decides he wants it. Misses the hook, gets sealed up in the meantime. Four-man's going to quickly try and come in. Look how quickly Batrider can get in there. He's going to try and catch him off guard. And yes, they're lucky, but good God. Ember Spirit just completely obliterating him. They lost Clock, and then that's it. There's the GG called. And Ember Spirit just landing the final and killing blow. And there we go for the GG. So thank you for joining me, Cyber, from Party Up. I hope this has been an interesting game for you to watch. It has been a great game for me to watch, and I enjoyed watching the plays from both Invasion and Kingdom. Better luck next time to Invasion. Kingdom, strategically played game. They paced themselves. I had my doubts at certain times because they were playing defensive, but look, I think they didn't doubt themselves for a moment. They were very careful in their lane control, and that's what contributed to their victory here today. So thank you for joining us. I'm Cyber, and we'll catch you next time.